Hi, everybody. I'm Mindy Scibilia, and my leadership project is considering low and middle income countries from the start of product research and development. And when I started the WomenLift program, I was working with the Clinton Health Access Initiative, leading our work in sexual and reproductive health, focused on supplies. And, I had been with Chai for nearly a decade. And so as I was thinking about what to do for my project, I really wanted to, think about an area outside of my role as a way to get exposure to something different, to advance professional development, to have a new challenge, but something where also linked back and would have an impact on my role at Chai. And so, the area that I was really interested in was thinking about product research and development and how can you intervene earlier in the process. Often, products come to low and middle income countries after, they've been designed and thought about for high income markets, after companies already had commercial success. And so it's really more of an afterthought. And so wanted to think about how do you intervene earlier in the process. And then I was also really interested in microarray patch technology, which is essentially like, think about, a small piece of Velcro, smaller than the size of a penny that it's full of tiny little dissolvable microneedles that you can press and stick on your skin as a way to deliver therapeutics and drugs. And so when you do that, you're, delivering, drugs, to the epidermis and dermis of the skin, where you have, it's the most immune rich part of your body. And so you can, the idea is that you can create a more effective immune response with a much lower dose, so less side effects, less toxicity. And then also, it's shelf stable. And so would have the benefit of not needing a cold chain, which obviously would be a game changer for vaccine applications. And, you can do it yourself. So no clinician application again. So the potential to increase access and coverage as well. And so for my project, I was connected with an early stage biotech company developing microarray needle patch technology for a number of different applications. And so my project was to think about what's a business plan for a product that would be, relevant for LMICs. And so through this, the company actually ended up offering me a full-time job. That was really difficult, decision because I really loved and believed in the work that I was doing at Chai, but decided ultimately to kind of take the risk and take on this position to lead the company's efforts in developing partnerships and impact. And so kind of midway through my journey, my leadership journey, my project really kind of took on a different take and was really thinking about impact more broadly and not just for, this one specific product application. And through this, I've really, taken away a couple of learnings that I wanted to highlight and hopefully, could be helpful for other companies as well. I think one is to make sure that impact is part of the DNA of the mission and values of the company so that it's in writing, everyone can kind of get behind that. The second is, how is the company structured? So what's the kind of the financial structure? So who benefits when the company, if, the company is successful and makes financial gains? And so, this company was set up from the beginning of having, half of the equity set aside for a trust geared towards just having impact. So a nonprofit that if the company is successful would have money to focus just on impact initiatives. And lastly, how can you think about the protocol and process for product design and designing clinical trials where you're thinking about a broad range of markets? So, can you have clinical trials? What countries are those trials happening in? Who are you doing user testing with? And so thinking about diverse populations and applications early on in the design process and in the clinical trials as well. And so, I'm just at the beginning of this new adventure and have been really grateful for the WomenLift leadership program as an opportunity to have structured learning around leadership, but also networking and time for reflection, which really helped me to, think through this, big decision and ultimately to kind of take this step and take on this new challenge, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, really appreciate your time listening and would love to connect with anyone if you have questions or if you have your own experiences in trying to create impact within a commercial sector setting. I would love to learn from your experiences as well. Thanks so much for the time.